Hey gang, not coming to you live today. Sorry about that. Little problems with the internet, actually big problems. It wasn't letting me go live. It was halting and doing weird stuff. So taping something has some really interesting stuff for you today. So stick with me. It's going to be a faster class than usual, but I have an interesting exercise for you guys. And it all started, this is not what I was going to talk about this week at all. As usual, it's Candy Havens. She changes her mind. So, my husband and I were watching Clutterbug videos. If you don't know who that is, Cass is her name, and she teaches you how to clean. And it's my kind of way to clean, like the easiest way to clean ever. And she has this idea that people are different sorts of organizers, and that not everybody fits into the, Martha Stewart plan or anything like that. There's crickets, butterflies, bees, and I always forget one, but it'll probably come up. So I'm a ladybug. That's the one I missed. Ha, go figure. So I'm a ladybug. I like to know where everything is, but I don't necessarily like to see the clutter out. I do like to have some of my nice things near me. And so my husband watched these videos with me the other day and just got this bug in his bonnet. He doesn't wear a bonnet. I'm just saying that. It's a terrible cliche. Never use that in writing. Okay, so he found a bunch of, while going through storage, my old journals from when I very first started writing. And some of those journals had things like The Demon King and I, that whole series. This one had almost all of Bronwyn's chapters in here because the way I wrote Bronwyn was I would, before I went to bed every night, I would write a chapter and then I would come down the next morning and type it up. And that's how I wrote that whole book. So it's all in this little book. It's so fun to see, and it's fun to see how far you've come and things like that. But that's not what this is about. This is about coming across something on a day when I needed it most. So I'm hoping maybe this will also help you guys. With any type of art, you have rejection, right? And it's tough and it hurts because art comes from your heart. I didn't mean to rhyme, but it does most of the time. They say don't write the book of your heart, but every time you put words on a page, that's your baby. And it's hard and it's harsh. And working in the publishing industry as well as being an author, I see both sides. So when I get a rejection, it still hurts, but I understand where that person's coming from. It wasn't the right thing for them at that time. So I want to give you an example of that and kind of an interesting story that goes with it. But first, he found this journal, and I was actually working on my second Bronwyn book. We were shopping the first one, and I already had an agent. She sent the book out. So I got this letter from another agent on Friday. My agent sent the book out the next Tuesday, which was 2 days or 3 days before Thanksgiving. And basically this person tore me apart. Okay, just hated my writing, hated my book idea, hated everything about it. Okay. And it really hurt. So my friend Britta Coleman said, just, write down how you're feeling, which I tell you guys all the time. But I wanted to read you this letter because it applied today. I got up and saw an email of somebody being nasty. It wasn't about one of my books. But it really hurt my heart because this person did not give the opportunity I was giving them a chance at all. And so it really hurt my heart because I'm trying to reach out and help people, right? Okay, so I'm going to read you the letter. This is already going on much longer than I had planned. Dear Candy, do not let those jerks get you down. You are smart and funny, and you understand that when others strike out, they are doing so because of their own insecurities. You are better than that. But it's okay to feel sad, angry, happy, own your emotions, and move on. Do not wallow. Does that sound familiar to you guys? And we just found this. Like, that's what's so funny about it. Put on your Jimmy Choos, which I can't wear anymore because they're way too high, and show the world what you are made of. Make choices that serve you and that make you happy. Write stories you love and people will find them. Love yourself. You've got this. And I wrote that letter to myself. How funny is that, right? Okay, so the story that goes with that is 2 days later, that book that woman tore apart, and she's an agent that I respect a great deal, but she was not her kind of book, right? So that book went to auction with 5 different publishers and sold for a very nice deal to Berkley, and it was my first book, Charmed and Dangerous, and I was very happy and decided that woman did not know what she was talking about. Flash forward 2 years later, that woman is at a conference I'm at, and she walks up to me and she said, "I'm an idiot." And I felt a little vindicated, I'm not gonna lie. But even if that hadn't happened, this letter helped me move on, right? I was working on that second book because if the first one sold, you know, my agent kept telling me you need to have the second one ready. And so I did. I started working on the second one. And while all that was going on, I was still writing, okay? And so some days it's hard. It's really hard. I get it. I keep seeing post after post of you can't concentrate, you can't focus, you can't write, you can't even read right now, which makes me sad because I just had a book come out last week, but I would really hope you guys would start reading now because, you know, anyway. I just want you to know that rejection happens to everyone. I'm 35, almost 40 books into all of this, and published books with a variety of publishers, from Harlequin to Berkeley to Entangled to Thule, a lot of different things, and nonfiction. And I still get rejected, guys, just like everyone else. I've been trying to break into one publisher for forever, and I've pretty much just given up because I don't think that particular person likes what I do. And that's okay. It's taken me a while to get there, but that's okay. So what I want you to do this week is write yourself a letter about everything you're feeling, and it doesn't have to necessarily do with rejection, but just everything you're feeling. I want you to write it as though you're giving a friend a little leg up, a little pep talk, okay? So I want you to do that, and then check back with me. Let me know how you're doing and what you're working on, and I'm going to post a challenge today. Next week I'm going to run a contest for you guys, a writing contest, but this is the challenge. I want you to write 3 pages of anything, even if it's just these letters to yourself, okay? And you can write a series of them, you can write one, but I want you to write 10 pages, and then I want you to tell me that you did that. And then for those of you who are artists, I want you to create something and take a picture of it and post it, okay? I want to see what you're doing. I want to make you accountable, okay? And people who've known me a long time know why that's important. So we'll talk more about that later. I hope from my heart that you guys are all well and doing okay, and thank you to the health workers and everyone, including my truck driver husband who is out there working, trying to keep the world running for the rest of us, okay? And post your questions below and I will answer. Hopefully by next week we can get this internet stuff sorted, and I hope to see you guys there. All my love. Bye, guys.